Hello and welcome back, my dudes. It's time again for another session. It's a beautiful winter day here in Germany, and I'm back at my local gym. So let's see where the session takes us. This should be a new set today compared to the other two sessions, so I'm excited to see what they did this time. As always, after warming up, I start off with some easy boulders, really trying to have some controlled footwork and drill in the proper use of the techniques again before it's getting hard on the body, so you're already naturally getting used to the movement again. And on the first climb, I usually properly down climb as well. I really felt like this helped me a lot for proper footwork as well, because I don't try to look at where I'm going too much, but it's a really nice feeling of controlling that movement back down. It's really changing the layout of the climb as well. Then on the next climb, it was really nice for getting used to proper body positioning again, just because of the slanted holds, and you're really nicely able to switch the sides, and it was a really nice warm-up climb as well. So far, the new set looks really fun. I'm so excited. The red fight looks really fun. And a lot of fun it was. You have that low start with both hands on this hold, but it's definitely possible. And just standing up, having a nice hop to the next hold. All the holds are really nice, nothing's too bad, and it's just a really nice and fun sequence. Then I got to this black 5, which I immediately started wrong because I didn't see the other 5 tag at the volume down there. But I thought it was pretty straightforward when I first looked at it, and then realized nothing is as good or as nice as it seemed. And it wasn't the type of climb that I expected, but it was still a lot of fun. On these first two tries, I was completely confused about what I'm supposed to do, so I was just kind of bullshitting my way through, to be honest. But I made it quite far into the climb, and then immediately got confused about the foot order again, and it was really balancy, but didn't manage to do it. What I'm quite happy about, because I started it wrong anyway. I was working it out with another guy then, and now started it right, which didn't make it easier, but I definitely figured out a way. I made it way harder for myself than I needed to with this high foot while my hand was still there. And we still both, after trying to figure it out together, missed the handhold that's right above my head right now, which would have made the coming sequence way easier, but I still managed to do it, got the really high right foot, and then matched my hands to get the leverage and made it work even without the other handhold. And then I went on to this new green 6, which has this really nice pressy start. I really like this type of move, I don't know why, but it can be really fun, but it also can be really rough. The rest of this climb is mostly having good body positioning with really bad crimps. or they're actually not too bad, but you really need the right body positioning for them to feel nice. And there's a lot of this leaning into it slowly until it feels nice. This undercling section from here on, the rest is quite easy, and it's overall not a bad 6.
Nice. First try.
And then I went on to this yellow 6, which also was a lot of fun. In the beginning, it kind of feels awkward getting away from the starting position with just holding on to the volume, but it's actually not too bad, and then you can move around, get to the crimp, get your feet up, and then it's not too bad to stand up there. It's like a little bit counterintuitive to get your foot up there, but it still feels pretty nice when you do it. But I saw a lot of people struggle with that move, but the ending isn't too bad. Getting the heel hook in just for stability. And now we get to what I felt as my first big challenge of the day. I'm not really good at slopers, so this one wasn't as clean. It's really tensiony. You need to really go right, left, and pull yourself in. On this first try, I got the double heel hook in, and this feels kind of weird, but also kind of stable. All the holes aren't too nice, and I slipped off of the big round one. On the next try, really just, try to force myself up. For me with slopers, I always feel like just throwing myself around and somehow trying to hold on. But I've learned really staying low on them, not pulling in too far, and you get a better grip. When I got there, I was like, oh god, the last hold is far away. It's insane how far that move feels. In that position, it's really nice to hold on to the big sloper, but I really wasn't sure where and how to place my feet to get to the last hold. So I was just trying to do some different stuff, but in the end just didn't make the move.
That ending is rough. Oh my god. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use the volume that builds the end of the 7, but I'm still gonna try without it, which makes that last move insane. Like, the rest is already kinda hard with just throwing myself around, but that ending is... I just didn't know where to go. Not at all.
So I tried it again and just worked myself up. The footwork definitely wasn't the cleanest in this try, but I made it work. For me, it was just trying to get up as quickly as I can to have enough strength for the last move. After the climb, I actually found out you are allowed to use the volume that builds the ending of the 7, but I'm still going to do it without it. So this time I tried to really stay on the right, but get a little swing in, and actually got the hold and managed to do the climb even without the volume.
God.
And now we get to the bane of my existence of that day. This yellow 7 kicked my ass. I enjoyed the starting sequence, it's not too bad. You have a tiny foothold plug on that volume so you can nicely hold it. In the beginning I thought you need to stay to the left, get the right foot up, and then pinch on the upcoming volume, which isn't as easy, especially because the sloper on the left hand is really bad. The starting sequence I had pretty quickly. It wasn't as problematic as I first expected, but then getting up there just wasn't working. So we switched up the beta. I was trying it with another guy as well, and realized you gotta do a press move on the right hand and get your left foot up, which is easier said than done. when you get into a press, you need to get your left hand up and kind of undercling the volume, but it's so hard to hold the tension in that position, and you really need to get your thumb on that little plug that's on the right hand to really get the pressure in. And it's so hard and it hurts so much on the hand to stay stable in that position. I would continuously get there, but it's just so rough to get your foot up and stay stable. So I tried it over and over and over again, and I really started to feel fatigued. But there came a try where I cleanly went through the starting sequence, got into the press, and actually managed to get my foot up. I did a step in between just for a little longer of stability, but then I wasn't sure what to do there. I didn't feel like I was really nicely standing there and couldn't really hold on to the volume nicely from that angle as well. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Got the right hand in, went to the press and tried to really press myself in between, but you can't really stand on that yellow hold, so I sadly slipped off. After getting so close, I was so motivated to get it, but I was just getting more and more fatigued, and I tried it over and over and over again, and it just felt like with every try I was just getting worse at it. I still tried the beta, I was just having that in between step, but my right hand started to feel really bad. My left hand could barely hold on, and I just tried to force myself a little bit too much on that day, and really felt like, okay, after a while I really needed a break. And that's something I definitely need to learn, is putting in proper breaks in between tries, because a lot of the times I get on the wall way too quickly again. So I took a break, and that's the try I had after my break. I was still pretty much flying through the starting sequence. I had that one down without problem. I got into the press, managed to hold on again, and this time just went up and just did it. And then instead of getting into the press, I went for the hold, which makes it so much easier on this massive hold, especially to get your left foot into the nice hold, and then you still can get into a press move to actually properly press yourself up to the last hold. And I finally managed to do it. And afterwards, just to get the last bit of energy out for the day, I went on for this pink 5, which is quite nice. These big round slopey holds, you really needed to hit the good spots on them, but not a bad climb. And that was the last one of the day, so I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye bye.